What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the best channel on YouTube. Today, we got another segment of Podcast Sunday, where me and guests speak on different topics about self-improvement and motivation, personal-wise and business-wise, while also providing some fire gameplay. Appreciate you watching, and let's get into it. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the best channel on YouTube. We are back here with another Podcast Sunday. You know the vibes already. We are just gonna get into it. I don't know. Like, these intros are kind of just different because, like, what do I say every time? I don't want to be repetitive, but hey, man, we doing something. So as always, we start off with our weekly reviews. You got Terence.
Yes, sir.
I'll
start off first, I guess, this week.
Go ahead.
Sure. So weekly recap. Another week in quarantine. Another week of struggling to find motivation to get work done, but we're pushing through. Just continuing to work. I was actually recently telling Zeph before the podcast officially started, but we were talking about how haven't been bike riding as much lately. I know in the past couple of episodes you've been talking about how I've been bike riding and picking that up, but I haven't been bike riding as much lately. Just trying to give my body a little bit of rest. And the last time I went, it was like super cold in the morning, and like my lungs took an entire day to recover. So I'm just trying to lay low, but I'll probably get back into it tomorrow. Continuing to plan for the move. I'm actually planning to do a lot of stuff this weekend to kind of, I don't know. I think getting myself ready for the move and starting to make progress on that, start packing stuff up in my room, start buying things that I need, getting a lot of things set. I think that'll help continue to push me and motivate me to finish things strong from where I'm at right now. So just trying to figure all that stuff out, do the YouTube things, do the stuff with my job. I got a few weeks left. And just, trying to, continuously just keep pushing through before I eventually move and I'm in Philadelphia. But overall, can't complain. This week's been pretty good. Just trying to figure out all that type of stuff and get those details going. I actually wanted to ask you where you got those posters, because I need some art for my apartment. Yeah, like the different posters that you have.
Oh yeah, no, I got them directly off your friendly Amazon.com.
Oh really?
So I can show you.
I thought you picked them up at a store or something.
Nah, I actually got them off of Amazon from a specific company that I found off of Amazon. So it was like a different company. Then I saw that they sold on Amazon. Then I got it like that. Gotcha. I can definitely get you the hookup.
Yeah, I was looking at some stuff because I know I've been getting I guess because I either looked, maybe they have it when in the algorithms or the marketing campaigns of when you're searching for apartments, they pop up ads about posters and wall art and stuff on your IG.
Yeah, no.
So I've just been getting a lot of that stuff, and I go to their websites, and everything's kind of very cliche and not very nice. It's a lot of motivational style posters and stuff. I'm just I don't know if I want that in my living room to look at every day. It might be cool to have a little Mamba mentality poster, but I don't know if I want that to be the main center of attention when people walk into my apartment.
That's tough.
So just trying to figure out what what's
the best way?
Good brand. I was thinking about maybe going to a store, but I don't know any stores that would be open right now. So I probably have to look on Amazon and kind of figure stuff out. But
yeah, probably not. Probably maybe. I'll send you a link of the people that I use, because I have a whole bunch of different. If you want some Van Gogh, if that's how you pronounce his name, that's what I actually got over there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess it's my turn to do my week.
Yes, sir. What's been going on?
I've been doing pretty good. I'd say I definitely have been slacking on the reaction videos, not gonna lie. And I'm kind of putting myself on the spot just so I have that thing to push me back into it, getting back into it. But so I got that. So I'm gonna be putting those. I'm gonna be more consistent with those coming up next week. And then I've been doing my Twitch streams. Been doing pretty good. I think you even said it inside my IG post. The skill level has gone up, so I feel as though
definitely
your boy is getting
hard
better.
Work paying off.
Your boy is getting better. So I mean, hey, more clips coming soon to the IG, going crazy. So yeah, it's just been a chill week. I mean, I have been doing a lot of thinking this week, so it's just like, I don't know, a lot of mental stuff going on where it's just like I want to make sure I'm focused and focusing on the right stuff, and just not like discouraging myself through like just like seeing the numbers that I'm getting and stuff like that. But so that's been my week. It's just been more chill. It's just kind of self-reflection on the different stuff that I need to improve and the different stuff that's going on.
Right. I think that's like a constant battle with like YouTube, just a self-reflection and constantly like making those changes. It's just like one of those mental games that you have to constantly fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of people face it, and like, I don't know, it's so hard to just be like, ignore the numbers and continue to put out stuff. It's like, you want to, if you're ignoring things, you're kind of like, I don't know, going against the fact that like you could possibly be improving.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and not relying so much on, you know, natural resources to allow you to improve, like algorithms and stuff, and different, you know, not relying on YouTube and Google to allow yourself to grow, but actually putting in the work to make sure that it gets done. I think there's power in that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, that's why I think me and you both, we continue to look at our analytics. So it's not. Well, I mean, it can get discouraging when you see the small numbers, but then you also know that you need to have some improvement. There's something that needs to be improved within that thing. So if you don't look at the numbers, then you're kind of ignoring the fact that there may be some flaws in what you do. And if you can improve it, then you should.
I actually I actually reached out to somebody. So I followed this guy when I first started doing YouTube, and he's kind of like a similar situation where he's about to go into medical school too. And I like DM'd him on IG, and I was like, yo man, what can you potentially, like, can you give me advice on how to grow my channel and all this stuff like that? Yeah. And you know, I was really neurotic and thinking about the numbers a lot at first. Yeah. And I was just really like cerebral about like the numbers. I was getting discouraged and refreshing my videos like all the time to see like the numbers change. Yeah. And he was saying like, you know, I started to just not care, and I just thought about like what the purpose of my channel was. And I just started putting out content that I liked. Yeah. And I was a lot more happy. And I definitely agree with that to some certain extent, like not looking at the numbers and kind of like being like, you know, I'm going to put out what makes me happy. But at the same time, like, if you're going to embark, I feel like for me, at least my personality is like, if you're going to embark on an endeavor, embark on YouTube, and say like, hey, I want to dedicate myself a certain part of my life to doing this, you know, you owe it to yourself to kind of like look at those numbers, see where you can do better, see how you can improve, see how you can improve your I'm thinking like every single video, how I can improve my audio quality, my visual quality, make things better with like just using an iPhone, like figuring out the time of day to record so that I have the best lighting, like recording on a sunny day versus recording on a cloudy day, like how that affects the quality of the sharpness of my video, the sharpness of the iPhone. Like just think about like all those little things, you know, trying to make it better. Like you kind of owe it to yourself to do that kind of stuff if you want, because at the end of the day, like I was actually recently going back and like watching my videos, and I was just like astonished about like how I'm like, oh wow, this video is so bad. Like to me, like quality wise, it's like was so bad. Like I didn't feel like
that's everybody.
I didn't feel like I was like speaking very fluently. I didn't feel like I was articulating very well in certain videos. Then other videos I go back and be like, wow, this is a really great video, even though it doesn't have like crazy amount of views, or it may not be my most watched video. I'm like, wow, this is a really good video. Like, you know, you could at least, you know, say to yourself, I put my best effort, this is a really good video. It just might not hit the right people, or it might have been, you know, whatever, it might have been lost in the you know, whatever. But I think I think you owe it to yourself to kind of like look at those analytics too, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean you hit that thing on the head where you said how like, I mean, I look back at my videos all the time and like, why, why? But then it's like that's just me. Like I think everybody does that with their own creations. It's just like you always know what you messed up, but not what you have to realize is that everybody else is probably not even thinking of what you're thinking about. Like that one little clip where it's like a little bit longer than you meant it to be, or there was one cut that was supposed to be there that's not there. It's like they just watched it. Like even when I put up my premiere YouTube video, it was like a try not to laugh. Yeah.
I knew everything that was wrong with it, and then everybody was like, why are you taking it down? Why are you premiering it again?
Right.
It's fine. And I was like, you guys don't know. It was off. But yeah, no. So I mean, I did give into it, and I did kind of re-upload. But hey, but I'm just saying that to say that everybody has that same mindset where it's like, I don't know, because you know exactly what's wrong. You know what you could have improved on. But
right.
It is. What
yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I guess that's just trial and error, and just I guess kind of what we go by is like, since we're going by like a theory and kind of like a blueprint of volume and like quality and quantity at the same time, consistently uploading at least once a week, whatever. And because we're gonna have so much content, there's gonna be ones that hit, there's gonna be some that miss. And that's why you kind of have to get into that mentality of kind of like letting certain things go. But if you're consistently putting out content but staying at the same place, it's kind of like, okay, how can I gotta dig deep into the analytics to see like where I can make my changes. So it's just about that. It's just about that long-term grind, Yeah.
Which is getting into our topic.
Yeah, that perfectly segues into our topic. Yeah. So basically, I wanted to talk to you about, and I proposed this earlier today. We haven't really discussed it much, but so recently, Joe Rogan just got the craziest deal. He got an exclusive Spotify podcast deal. Sheesh. And for two people that do a podcast ourselves, I've been on a couple different podcasts, and I am a frequent listener of podcasts. That is something that is very, 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 very significant in the podcast space and just the media space in general. For somebody to get a multi-year deal, they said at least 100 million. So it could be 500, it could be 300, it could be whatever. He's gonna be video and audio strictly on Spotify.
Yeah. No
YouTube. For whatever his years of his deal are at the end of the year, he's gonna start doing exclusively Spotify video and audio podcasts. And Joe Rogan, if anybody does not know who Joe Rogan is, shame on you. But basically, he doesn't do solo podcasts. He does like all with unique guests, and he brings in people from all walks of life, from the left side, from the right side, from the middle, scientists, deep thinkers, philosophers, athletes, comedians. He brings everybody on to his podcast, and he just, he's been doing it for 10 years. Jeez. And he finally got this. I mean, I'm sure he's been making very, very good money. Like, there's Joe Rogan is not struggling by any means necessary.
Exactly.
But for him to put in this grind to finally get this type of bag, 10 years in the making, doing it his way, not signing any deals before that, I think it's super incredible and just a testament. He actually gets 190 million downloads a month.
Wow.
For his podcast. Downloads.
That's tough.
Not watches, not streams.
That's
190 million people click download Joe Rogan podcast so I could watch it later, watch it on my commute.
Sheesh.
Every single month.
Every
30
month.
days. Every 30 days. If you had 190 million downloads in your life, then that's
tough.
a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Sheesh.
That's Lifetime Achievement. Think about 190 million in a month. So he got to that bag. Yeah. And it's huge for just like media in general, because it kind of shows that people are investing in podcasts for anybody that's interested in trying to make a podcast and trying to grow. Goes to show your value is there, because no one really understood what value of a podcast was. You understand it based off of the like small ads that some of these guys run, like whatever the ads are getting run on these podcasts. They take their little intermissions, they talk about the ads, and they get back into the show. Those are little bags compared to Spotify exclusive
100 million.
I'm giving you money. I'm giving you money constantly. Like, you don't have to run any ads. I'm giving you money to just do your thing. He's not changing anything about his way he's doing business. He's just doing his thing, and he's getting 100 mil.
That's crazy. It's like, I think that's the main goal or end goal. Is like, if you can get somebody to pay you to do what you already are doing for free,
right?
Then it's like, well, I know. I mean, I don't know if he's doing it for free. I don't really know.
No, he's making money probably off of ads and stuff and YouTube,
probably definitely.
AdSense. Like
Yeah,
he has, I forgot how many. He has millions.
Sheesh.
Probably like at least 10 million subscribers on YouTube for his podcast, and like he has podcast clip YouTube account. So
gotcha.
He has so many. Yeah, he's getting
money.
A lot of money.
He's getting money already. But no, I'm just saying, like, if you're getting money for doing something that you're already doing, like already making money off of, just getting more money on top of it and not have to change, that's like dreamland. That's gold right there.
Because he's the top dog, and it's like a lot of people wouldn't even think that a company like that would entertain, like, because he knows his worth. Like when you have that much money and you're doing it independent, you know that like nobody should come to me. Like Tory Lanez just recently said it in like his mixtape, right? I don't know if you heard like Toronto 3 mixtape.
I haven't listened to it all the way. I listened to the first song.
so basically, he got out of his deal. He wrote a song about how he got out of the deal, whatever, in his label, and he was basically saying that like I'm doing everything now independent, and anything under 100 mil is going to be looked at as disrespect to me. Like he's basically no. I said to say like Joe Rogan is so successful that like you couldn't come to him with any small bag. He's not entertaining like you coming to him to be like, oh, I'm gonna give you $5 million.
Yeah,
like he's gonna be like, that's chump stuff. Like I get 190 million downloads like a month.
Facts. Yeah,
like you better be paying me my worth.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The fact that these people are coming to him with the bag that they're probably giving him, which is like probably 250 to like 500 million. Yeah. For a multi-year deal, like it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It's nuts.
And just want to do a little sidebar. I just actually looked it up, and I could have sworn I'd seen it before, but I just want to shout out. My boy is from Newark, New Jersey, so Jersey.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Sir, he's from Newark, New Jersey. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, Jersey out here doing big things. You feel me? So
just to show you how powerful Joe Rogan is. Spotify's stock went up 7% after the announcement of that deal, and rising.
That's great, and that's just like you said, that's just a testament to just a continual grind. It's just doing what you want to do, doing what you're passionate about, doing what you like. Yeah, I mean, he has a whole bunch of different avenues, like dealing with just. I mean, like I said, I know about him. I'm not too well versed on him, but he has something with the UFC. He's a commentator or something like that.
Yeah, he's a commentator. He's like one of the lead commentators.
Lead commentators of the UFC.
Yeah.
And
he was also on Fear Factor as well.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, he was on Fear Factor too. So it's like he was doing all these other stuff, but I feel like his success, or he's really successful now when he started doing. I'm sure he was passionate about the other stuff, but this is all him. Right. Like, he's not connected to like UFC. He's not connected to Fear Factor. This is all him. Like he made it from the ground up. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he's probably a lot happier just doing this because it's like something that he enjoys doing. He's making money. He's making $100+ million just doing what he likes to do, and this is.
And he literally doesn't have to change up anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like somebody, you're just living your life, and somebody comes to you and be like, "Hey, man, you want to make more money doing the same thing?"
Exactly.
Come over here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I mean, right now there's definitely a lot of people that are just struggling within what they want to do, and you could just see like, if this man can get paid to have a camera on and just talk to different people, $100 million plus dollars, just to sit down with a microphone and camera and talk to somebody, have a conversation, and just have that conversation recorded. Yeah, there's so many different stuff that you can get paid for just by doing what you enjoy doing. So you can't say that it's impossible to do what you like and also make money. If I don't know. It's just you can't say that. It's just so many things.
It's also going off that topic. It's kind of like, how much do you believe in yourself? So it's like a thing of like, how much do you believe in yourself? Like, I'm sure he wasn't out here like looking for this deal.
No,
but if it's something where like you're King Zeph or I'm me, And I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this YouTube thing independent. I'm not going to sign any deals. I'm not going to pair up with any companies to like put out content and do stuff, different stuff. Maybe I'll do like independent stuff where they give me a quick bag here and there. But even if I didn't want to do that, and I want to say I'm straight independent, I'm not taking any money. How much do you believe in yourself? How long are you going without making any money or making very minimal money?
Yeah.
To ultimately receive a big bag. Like how many years do you think you could last with the small bag, chump change?
Exactly.
Before you hold out and get that big bag, how many years do you think you could last?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's definitely not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially if you need. I mean, everybody needs money, so it's like
exactly
how you have to structure your life where you can do that and also make money, but still, it's like how long will you go without reward,
right?
Or that ultimate at the end goal reward that you don't even know is coming, if it's coming or not. Like it's just it's all
you have to
thing.
believe that it will, but there's no guarantee.
Yeah. So you just have anybody that has the courage to do that, which I encourage a lot of people to do. It can be very rewarding, but it's not going to be something that's an easy thing to do.
Right.
I think we stress that a lot.
If you were to answer that question, how many years would you go? How many years could you go? I mean, in your current state, I guess it's different because you don't have that much finances and stuff. But even in your current state, how many years could you go independent, small bag before you say, all right, I built King Zeph enough. I can take an exclusive bag
deal.
here. Could you go 10 years?
I believe I could go 10 years. But then again, I don't know if I'm answering that question intelligently, just based off of my mindset right now. Like maybe 2 years from now, my answer would change. So I can't say that yes, but right now I feel like so I can.
But, I mean,
who knows?
But we kind of even talked about that like just a few minutes ago, where it's like Joe Rogan was doing all these other stuff to bring him money.
Exactly.
But he wasn't sweating over money at all. Like you could hold out for 10 years when you're not sweating over money. But if it's like you're broke, it's like, all right, it's kind of like any rapper signs to a label. Like you're broke, they say here's a $200,000 advance. Over 5 albums, we're gonna give you, $20 million. Yeah. And it's like, okay, I'll take the 200,000 advance, whatever. But then you get to the end of the deal and you're like, wow, I could have made, instead of making 20 million, I could have made 100 million over that 5 years. And it's like, if I just was stayed up independent or if I waited it out. Yeah. But when you're desperate, desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Exactly. So, I mean, like I said, it's definitely not an easy task to do, but if you have that mental fortitude, if you have that mental ability to just keep on the path, it's definitely possible. And there's a lot of different stories that you're not just Joe Rogan. I mean, there's a lot of different people that you could say have been in certain situations where it's like you have nothing and you have to just trust in what you can't see, which is kind of really difficult for some people. But hey, it works.
I know. Yeah, I know. I actually was listening to Joe Budden's podcast, and they were talking about the Joe Rogan situation, and they actually went through a similar situation where, they were holding out. They weren't taking like the small bags, these small like advertisement bags. They were doing everything pro bono, putting their own money forward to get everything done. Like all the studio time, all that stuff was just putting their own money in. And they talked about how, like, years in, they had fights about, why can't we just take this deal? Why can't we take this deal? And Joe was like always about, let's stay independent, ride it out. And then they eventually went and did a Spotify exclusive bag. Yeah. 2 years ago. Yeah. And now, and I think last year they were voted or rated #1 podcast on Spotify.
Sheesh.
So, like, I mean, it just goes to show that, like, that waiting out, it's worth it in the end, but it depends on, like, how much you believe in yourself, how much you believe in the vision. Yeah. But it's also like, what time when do you get to the threshold? Because, like, they signed that 2-3 year deal or whatever, and now they're coming up for the re-up. So it's like sometimes you have to take a small bag, understand what you're doing, play the game. Yeah. so you could get the re-up where it's like, all right, now let's talk.
Yeah.
Like I took that small bag at the beginning, but now what's up? Like you see the numbers.
Yeah,
like
exactly. No, so I mean, it's definitely. I always would definitely say not to. Just to make sure you're covered, as in, don't just go out and just do one thing.
Right.
That you'll get a bag, very instantly, because that's not how it works. You have to have something that you could have to fall back on. Not saying that it's going to fail, but something that can sustain you until you get that point.
Right.
That point.
Right.
So definitely don't just put everything out on the limb. Unless you're a risk taker, go ahead, do what you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah. Right.
I would always say to make sure you have something that can sustain you. That's not going to have you on the streets, sleeping underneath a bridge. So just make sure you have something. Don't put yourself out there that could possibly cause you to lose everything.
Right.
I think that's just the best advice that I could give based on my experience, which is not
100%.
a lot, but hey, I'm learning.
yeah. I think it's so hard to, like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I could hold out right now. Like, if I want to say, like, oh yeah, I want to eventually make, because I think YouTube is essentially independence at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you're not forced to do anything. You're not forced to change up your content. You may have to kind of censor it a little bit because of YouTube's terms.
Yeah.
But you could always do whatever you could essentially do whatever you want. As far as my content, I don't have to censor anything.
Yeah.
So it's like essentially I'm independent on YouTube.
Gotcha,
But it's kind of like one of those situations where, like, if I wanted to, I could go a long time. And not be too worried because I have other things going on. Like, that's not my primary concern, primary source, kind of like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But it's tough. I can't imagine doing something like I would probably, I don't know. It's kind of like you when you were like, let me build up myself first. Let me build up my content before I ask for like a Joe Juvier like shout out, or like I do a collab or whatever. But it's like you want to show that you have certain level of value before you go off and get a cosign.
Yeah.
So you want to have a catalog. Yeah,
no, definitely. And that was actually, I would say, and I guess this would probably be the first time I'm saying it, but it's like, I did that, like you said, just to have a catalog and just to just make sure I have something set in place. But I also did it to kind of test myself to see kind of how long I could hold out, to see how long, or if this would be something that I could continue. So I wanted to not only have that set, but just to be able to test myself to see if I could outlast, the low numbers, if I could outlast the low views and just keep it going, which, I mean, I feel as though I've done a pretty good job with it. Right. So that's why now I feel as though with these, I can continue and then I'll be like set, because I've outlasted the small numbers. I've outlasted the different challenges where it's like spend 3 hours making a video and it gets 10 views. It's like, I've tested myself to that point. So like I said, this is the first time I'm saying it, but it's like, I did it for the first part. I definitely did do it for that part. But the second reason, which was more personal, was just to make sure I'm prepared for just that different stage, because I know I'm going to grow. That's definitely something that's always been in my mind. So it's the no thing to me. It's not like an if, but I just wanted to make sure that this is something that I could do mentally, physically, and that I would continue to enjoy. Because I've been doing this since May of last year, so it's probably been a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, since May of last year is when I uploaded my first YouTube video. Mm-hmm. So, this is actually really great timing, because like a year after now, it's just like, now I feel like this is about to be the time where I start to get the most growth, just based off of the collaborations and just the different stuff that I'm doing with the different channels, Twitch channel and YouTube channel. So, now I'm thinking about it. It's actually been like almost exact. Hold on, let me see when I uploaded my first video, because today is May 21st. 1 year ago what's the exact date? May 9th of 2019. So it is.
What was the video?
It was how to win Fortnite. How to get your first Fortnite win.
Oh yeah.
And that's tough. How
many views does it have?
It's at 150. Okay. Yeah, 155. And 21 likes. So that one actually did pretty well. No, it did that after people went back. So it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But
my old stuff by my old album.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of doing a reaction to my first ever video. I don't know. I might be a little creepy based on the video. The audio, see, there's another thing. It's like everybody.
You have the face cams or no?
Yeah, I had the face cam and I had the audio and I had the Jesus. All right, but yeah, no.
I might have to go back and watch that right now.
That was a little different, bro. But yeah, no. So that's what I was saying. If I did it to just mentally test myself, I could overcome those certain situations. I mean, there's also other situations that I have to still overcome with the growth, but I'm glad that I did that. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad JoJo even brought it up the other day. I don't know, because I was still in like test mode, so I wasn't even thinking of when am I going to get out the test. So it's like
right.
It was really because JoJo brought it up the other day was when I really started thinking about it. Like, I've been doing this for a year. Like, when is that time to stop testing myself?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's very true. I mean, there's so many different things. Like, even, just a conversation we've had about like, having to do it on doing yourself, pushing yourself. Mm-hmm. And even like sometimes the mindsets that we have are kind of like backwards. Mm-hmm. Where like, I know that we've talked about like, you have a unique story.
Yeah.
And your upbringing and like the certain trials and tribulations you've gone through, how gaming has affected that, and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And we've always talked about how you said, when I gain a certain amount of subscribers, mm-hmm. I'm going to share that story.
Yeah.
Essentially because you want a lot of people to be able to hear it.
Yeah.
But, and I know I was thinking the same way, like, why put out my best work right away?
Mm-hmm.
Why not wait and get, certain people under my belt? So when I release that video, I have a certain amount of subscribers so that they can see it. Mm-hmm. But what I've actually found is things are actually the opposite, where if you put out something that's unique, something that's innovative, right? And just based off of YouTube search and YouTube, like the uniqueness of the video, if you do this SEO properly, you can grow your channel from that video. Like that video can actually grow your channel versus you putting out that video to be able to impact as many people as possible based on having a lot of subscribers. You can impact a lot of people by just putting out, you see it all the time. People just put out a random video. All of a sudden it's got 1 million views and like they never even expected that to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just because it was so unique and it was searched or found a lot or suggested a lot. So
yeah.
Something I say like just so many times that we think that there's this certain mentality is the right way to go. And then we take a step back and we're like, wait a second, maybe this is wrong, or maybe it's time to make a switch or time to make a change. So that definitely applies to like what you're saying. Like, how long can you go? Like, how long should you go in a test mode?
Yeah.
How long should you test yourself before asking for help? Like, it's like you have a little kid and it's like, they want to get dressed themselves. It's like, how long do you let the kid struggle with his shoelaces before you're like, all right, let me tie these for you so you can get going.
It's time to go. Exactly. Exactly. And I think even with, like you said, the video that that video, I think both know what we're talking about with that video. But I don't know. I guess with me, I just have I don't know if I would say mental thing, just to have that risk where it's like, what if this never gets the eyes that I want it? Because I really want a lot of people to see it, just for the fact that I know I can help a lot of people. So I guess I don't have the mental strength to know or take that risk to just put it out there where it could possibly never be seen or it could possibly be seen. So it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's like a 50-50. It's probably like a 80-30 or 80-20. I said, oh my God.
80-30.
80-20.
Yeah. No, I think
30
yeah. I mean, I think that's probably hits it right on the head right there, where you're kind of like, I want it to be guaranteed success, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you because you know how impactful it could be, you want it to be this level of like guaranteed success.
Yeah.
But then you have to step back and ask yourself, and like, I'm just playing devil's advocate. You could be 100% right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, ask yourself, like, is that selfish to you, or is that selfish to other people? You know, like, are you saying I want it to help a lot of people because you want to feel that impact of helping other people?
Yeah.
Are you saying that because you want to feel that?
Yeah.
Are you saying that because you want
the views and stuff like that?
Yeah. Do you truly want that impact, or do you actually just want the guaranteed safe? You know, for your personal selfishness. I know for a fact this will help people.
Yeah.
I want to fill this void in myself. So it's always like going back to asking yourself that question. Like,
yeah.
If I actually care about the people, I'm just gonna put it out and see what the world does with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure everything around it is set up in a proper way so that people get, you know, it helps somebody, or like, tweet it out to blogs or tweet it out to, you know, people that are out there, and like, you know, share it, like get people to share it a bunch. You know, if you care about that, then you know, put it out into the universe. But you know, there's always different approaches to everything, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, I constantly had that thought of, what if I should just, like you said, just put it out? Just, am I trying to just make sure that I have, I don't know, I do have a thought of if I'm being selfish by just keeping it
right
and not putting it out. Not saying that I filmed it yet, or I probably should film it from, like, I don't know. Probably should film it and then just have it in the storage. But yeah, no, I constantly have that feeling of if I'm being selfish by just waiting for the notoriety where I can have different people or a lot of people to see it. Or if I'm doing the right thing where it's just waiting where I have enough people so I know it can be shared and I know it can be seen by a lot to help a lot. So, I mean, that's a constant struggle for me, I'd say. But as for the answer, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. And I can't.
It's a tough question.
It's a very tough question. And I mean, I'm not sure if I'm even capable of answering what's the best way to do it. I just guess I hope that there can be just a sign when it's like the right time. Like it's just like it'll just be a sign when there's the right time. That's all. I don't know. Yeah, I can't answer that question.
Absolutely.
All right, so we are going to end it off there. It has been great conversations.
Absolutely.
I know this one's probably a little bit long. I say it every time.
We always
now.
Yeah, we're always like, let's keep it 30 minutes or less, and then we just go off.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the average time. Y'all know the vibe. It's been like this. But appreciate you guys tuned in. Appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. We're definitely going to continue to bring these out.
Sure.
You know, it's just going to be a great experience to just continue talking on different topics and stuff like that. And if you have any questions, have any comments, make sure you put that in the comments. And also check out Terence's channel, which is in the description. Follow King XF on Twitch. So we're gonna have to end it. All right, so we're gonna end it off there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.